Hello to all of my Capricorns. Capricorns, we are steps away from the super new you. We are steps away from this total solar eclipse as we're wrapping up this particular cycle. Like this cycle was really around that full moon and partial lunar eclipse in Libra. It was really about doing no more injustice to yourselves at all by carrying other people's emotional baggage and emotional weight. So you may have been hearing that theme throughout the entire cycle. Just trying to help you get ready for, this new cycle, that we are coming up on. We're going to have a total solar because we have 5 eclipses this year. And so the first one, we already felt that. We felt that partial lunar eclipse. There was a penumbral lunar eclipse in Libra, and a full moon in Libra. And so we're coming up on a new moon in Aries. We have a total solar eclipse and a total solar eclipse and a new moon in Aries, right? So new moon, new you. But think of it this way, like a new moon, new you with springs on a bottom, like you're taking a leap of faith, like a super leap of faith. Got your super cape on, super Capricorn, right? So let's see what these cards look like. Let's see what these cards look like. I appreciate all your comments below, and I appreciate each one of you all who send me text messages about what you like for me to talk about. So a lot of times I feel like somebody did put a comment under there, under the videos with my team, removed that because it was quite insensitive towards Capricorns. And so I try to approach it with sensitivity and care, but I appreciate each one of you all who send me your private text messages asking if I could do a bonus video and if I could talk about certain things. So I'm protecting your energy. So I don't mind being in the front line of people saying whatever. So we're going to get into this and see what the new you looks like. And as you're springing forward, like you, Aries is a cardinal sign. So it's in a different element, but it's a cardinal sign. It's the first sign in the Zodiac. And it's ruled by Mars. That tower card you always see, that's ruled by Mars. So let's get into it. I've already cleared the space. I already prayed Most High God to, for clarity in every area of your lives, Capricorn. Let's do it. I'm talking to you wherever Capricorn is in your birth chart, not just the sun sign, okay? Even if you're on the cusp of Aquarius or on the cusp of Sagittarius, I am talking to you. This is a general reading, so take only what resonates with you. I'll extend it just like I extended to other zodiac signs. If you want a bonus reading, just let me know. Send me a text message. A lot of people send me text messages, and we're covering a number of things here. So make sure, moving forward, some energies from your past want to resurface. It could be possibly a fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Here we have the 5 of Wands. Just so you can see it. 5 of Wands. We have the 4 of Wands. And remember, I'm also talking to you if we're on the cusp. So just so we're clear. We have the King of Wands. We also have the High Priestess. Another thing that you all want to make note of, too, is that Mercury is retrograde, right? I do have a Mercury retrograde video on the second channel. It's called the Knowledge Channel. So it applies to whenever the planets go retrograde. I got a retrograde for every single planet on the other channel, right? So you don't have to wait for a particular date. Go watch it, please, because you want to know that it's not all about don't sign a contract, don't do this, don't do that, don't do this and that. I cover what it means. Mercury is the planet of communication, messenger planet. It's also the planet of knowledge and learning, factual memory, opinions, sibling relationships. If you have siblings, trade, travel, commerce. So before you say, I'm not supposed to sign a contract, I'm not supposed to travel, I'm not supposed to do this. That's why people, when planets go retrograde, they like really just are super stressed. It causes so much anxiety because of lack of knowledge, right? So empower yourself with the knowledge. So it looks like there's a fire energy that is watching you. They watch every little thing that you do. And the energy is very predatory, which means like they prey on whatever your perceived weaknesses are. So if they feel like you're burned out or stressed out or you have low self-esteem or feelings of low self-worth or a lot of anxiety, they prey on that. So be careful of what you put on social media. So if you come across as burned out, stressed out, or like you got something going on, these types of energies, they smell that on energy. So be very, this Mercury being retrograde, this is the time you really want to slow down and make sure you're not sending those types, your energy doesn't send that kind of message out on social media. I'm missing this person. I need a new this and that, or some, even subliminal messages. Oh, I'm hurt. I'm mad. I'm this. Everything is not for social media consumption. It's two types of energies in particular that source is saying they want to reach out to you. But again, I'm going to say this again. If you prayed to get away from certain types of energy, or you prayed for clarity, right? It's not like you had to flee a situation. You could just simply pray for clarity. Like, okay, something, like for instance, you can feel like, because you have a lot of great ideas here, right? So a lot of these great ideas are going to turn into money, right? So giving you more time. You got all these great ideas. You want to work with this person, that person, so on and so forth. And energies are watching. They're watching you, hoping that you'll come back into some kind of a fold. Be very, very, very careful, with that. And so, yeah, that's that 9 of Wands there. Here we have Justice. It would be an injustice to yourself. Speaking of Libra, this is Libra's card. Remember I said no more doing injustices to yourself. You're going to have to tap in and listen to your intuition. You're going to have to weigh the pros and cons and really slow down and think about, do I want to go back into a situation after I'm celebrating? Somebody has new and exuberant love coming across their path, and possibly even moving, right? Congratulations to you. And people are paying attention. To that. So again, think about these scales of justice, right? And so no more doing any injustice to yourselves. You're trying to create a beautiful life, a life of peace, a life of, remember, Libra is ruled by Venus, the planet of love, pleasure, art, music, aesthetic. Is ruled by a peacemaker planet. So you're trying to add peace to your life. You're not trying to disrupt your own peace because you're not listening to your intuition. Another thing too is that you want to be mindful of like your dreams and your downloads. That's why we created those digital journals and calendars. You can create your own if you want to. There's no pressure. I just want to help somebody to sharpen their gifts though. I want you to help sharpen your gifts. If there's any indecisiveness about going somewhere or doing something that people are trying to pull you back into, that's worth you investigating in your spirit. So show me what I'm not seeing. Retrograde is actually a great time. It's not all, forget all that other negative stuff you heard about retrograde. And it doesn't matter what planet it is, because planets don't move backwards and they don't move at a slower pace. It is an excellent time for you to slow down and get in a quiet headspace through prayer and meditation. Source, show me what I'm not seeing. I don't care how negative it comes across, Capricorn, at all. I don't care if you just feel like, okay, I'm stressed, I have anxiety, I wish somebody would just tell me the answer. So it's just saying, even when people feel like, let's say you ask for clarity on this, like I said, because I feel like somebody is possibly moving, right? Let's say, somebody from your old hometown is like, okay, I heard you're going to be in town. I want to hook up with you or whatever. And you asked for clarity and you knew that these energies had burned a bridge with you, burned you out, left you in a state of confusion, told everybody, you have low self-esteem or feelings of low self-worth or whatever they may have said to burn your reputation. The answer should be a firm no. Here we have the 6 of Swords. So the more and more you move on, you have ancestors around you, but the more and more you move on from depth of disappointment about things and you really get settled on dry land and say, okay, I feel rooted and grounded, the less and less you'll want to go back into, spaces that you prayed for clarity to move on from. Okay, so I'm not trying to make it feel like somebody fled a situation. I mean, if you had to, because it was just that serious and traumatic. But you could have just prayed for clarity, just like in dating somebody. Like, okay, is this the one? And Source could have something caused you to be indecisive. And God showed you something. They said something or did something, And so the opposite of this heat would be like, would be cold, right? They could have given you the cold shoulder. And they could have left you indecisive. And so the more and more you move on from that, just because people want access to your life for whatever reason, maybe things are going well for them in their lives. And they're like, okay, I know that, you're moving through, this is a rite of passage. You're in some kind of forward movement, and they're like, oh, I just wanted to tell you I was going through something at the time. And because a lot of people are starting to have some regrets, Capricorn, but you should not be having any. They will not be going to the next cycle of your life with you at all. Because this is what you're headed towards, financial independence. Financial independence looks a lot different for everybody. Financial independence for you could look like, hey, I got a steady income of whatever coming in, right? For somebody else, it could look like they hit the jackpot, whatever it is for you. But I see also soulmate energy coming across your path. Every time you're about to have a prayer answered, something from your past will resurface, but that's source allowing it to happen to see if you're going to be indecisive about it again. If you really sit down and track your journey, and recognize that every single time you're about to embark on something big, and that's why people are watching every little thing you put online on social media. That's why I keep saying everything is not for social media consumption. Every time you're about to embark on something big, source will allow the enemy to say, go tempt Capricorn and see if Capricorn is really ready for what Capricorn prayed for. This time you should be ready. It should be no and ifs or buts about this time you should be ready. Here we have the Hierophant card. Yeah. So it feels like there's an organization. It's an organization or a person that's working together, to keep you in this indecisive mode. However they can keep you indecisive, whether it's fear, doubt, confusion. So when I say demons, it's not calling a person a demon. Everybody has fear, doubt, uncertainty. Some people have addictions as it relates to certain things. Some people could really be addicted to keep inspiring and motivating people, and somebody could be addicted to that. The enemy is very, very crafty. But I feel like there's some kind of organization that they are holding on to something. Like they are just like dead set on, like this bullying type of energy, right? However they can get something going. Here we have the Lover's card. So yeah, somebody still feels like you are their person. They want to be in partnership in love and or in business. So there's a lot of regret going on here, Capricorn. Like a lot of people are feeling like, man, I'm starting to think they got a lot of great ideas, but they know that you're in forward moving. Like they know that things are happening for you. That's why I want you all to slow down and take in every moment. Like slow down, take it in, because that's what you're headed towards, financial independence. Let me see if I can get some more information about the other energies that's trying to come across. Because if you stand firm on balance, I'm not carrying. If you can get in, I'm structured and I'm solid enough that I have made a firm decision that I'm free and I feel a lot more versatile without certain types of energies, then you're good, right? There can't be any just indecisiveness. Well, curiosity about it, right? Because source is that you're not carrying their emotional baggage on your internal scales, because source is sending you energies in business and in love with people. Like source knows exactly what type of people to see. Like people look at you now, Capricorn, they like, okay, they got a lot of great ideas. We can work with those ideas. They got a lot of great ideas. So you're a hot commodity right now. People are really watching and looking at every little thing you're doing. And so protect your energy. Also, I feel like somebody's up for a promotion in the workplace. Yep. You'll feel like a teenager again. Yep, you're going to feel like a teenager again. So again, if you track your journey with these moon phases and recognize at the height of the full moon, you can feel a high peak of energy and then feel exhausted when you think about certain other things. Then you're just riding a wave. You're riding a wave of source. So I definitely feel like somebody's prayer life is increasing. But I also see your meditation life increasing as well. Here we have the Wheel of the Year. This is still your year. If you are going to be set on something, these two cards right here are ruled by the same planet. Libra and Taurus are ruled by the same planet, Venus. Source is trying to teach you, if you are going to be stubborn about something, let me not say stubborn, fixated, because this is a fixed sign. If you're going to be fixated on something, Be fixated on the life that you love and a life that you are pleased with. The moment you see energies that are green with envy, energies that are just trying to disrupt your peace, they're vain and vengeful in any way, shape, or fashion. And sometimes you don't see it right away, right? Or if you feel like, they are anything that you think would cause confusion in your life, or you're just uncertain and they know that they're causing you confusion. So when you ask questions, you don't feel like you're getting a total clear answer. That's something worth investigating. That's what Source is trying. That's how you're going to attract your partnership in business and or in love, that you feel like, okay, now this is what I've been praying for. That's how you're going to do it. That's for the super new you moving into this solar eclipse. That's how you're going to attract the money that you want, the love that you want, the friendship circles, all of that. Because energies are desperately trying to pull you back into some things, right? Here we have the Six of Cups, the Queen of Cups. Here we also have the King of, there it is again. Like I said, came out twice. And these energies are hot because people are like, well, I didn't know this about, like I said, I didn't know, how did they make it to their throne? How did they make it to their throne of all of these ideas? Here we have the Queen of Cups here. People know that you're highly intuitive. They know that you're highly gifted. How in the world does Capricorn know all of this stuff? Who is talking to Capricorn? Who's telling Capricorn all of this, right? Here we also have the Queen of Cups, so keep tuning in. I'll keep telling you. So here we have the Eight of Cups. You've already moved on from the disappointment of things in the past, and that's why it makes it so like magnetic. Your energy is so magnetic because people are starting to see, wow, we couldn't break Capricorn's spirit. Like, who in the world is who is balancing, Capricorn out? Here's the Magician card, right? Somebody is now starting to tap in and listen to those messages that's coming through, right? The Magician card is attached to Mercury. That's why I said you don't want to send out any messages to the universe around energies that you're trying to build relationships with, that you're so burned out and so stressed out, because you could have been looking for them to inspire and motivate you, but depending on what's going on with them, because they're fighting their internal battles themselves. You don't know if they, what kind of their addictions. They could have sex addictions. They could have drug addiction, alcohol addictions. They could be uncertain about their lives, don't believe that they have purpose. There's so many things that don't really show itself right away. But yeah, Source is saying to you, you got a lot of good energy. A lot of good information. You have a lot of great ideas in your personal and your professional life. So they're wondering who in the world is helping you to pour into yourself so you can start seeing things clearer. Eight of Wands with the Sun card, the Lovers card. Lovers card came out again. I'm telling you, a perfect situation in business and in love is coming across your path. High Priestess energy, so somebody is really learning how to tap into their gifts. And Source is putting you in alignment with other High Priestess energy. Source is putting you in alignment, and you don't know what gifts they have. If they psychic, deja vu, premonition, precognition. You don't know if they all the clairs. You don't know what it is. But when you get together with other people who have their gifts and you got your gifts, and it's a perfect situation, and they're saying to you, hey, look, you have to learn your gifts the way you learn. Some people learn their gifts by writing down dreams. Some people just have a feeling about things. Some people just know. They pick up on certain vibrations. They have clear listening, clear audience. They have clear sentience. Some people feel things. They just know things. Like I said, and so Source is saying they're teaching you how to stay in your light, operate in purpose, so that those messages will come through crystal clear. Like I said, when planets go retrograde, planets don't move backwards and they don't move at a slower pace. But it gives you an opportunity to slow down, to catch the message. In this case, for Mercury. Mercury is the messenger planet, communication planet, so that you can remember what was, what it was, right? So you can stay on the light side of the number 8. So you operating in purpose and knowing that all the ideas that you're coming up with is actually going to help you to become a better human being. So you learn how to motivate yourselves. You're learning how to journal and write down things. You're learning how, like your dreams, all these things, so that you're not exhausted and frustrated. You're just learning, right? And so you're learning how to also be gentle with yourselves too, so that you don't feel like people have to tell you everything to do. and being sensitive towards you. Yeah. So let's see. Yeah, Source is saying stay away from, in case somebody was wondering if they should go back into a situation, Source is saying stay as far away from it as fast as you can. Because you're interacting with energies that know that you're financially independent. If somebody was wondering if they should go backwards and like physically go back to something. Yeah, Judgment. Justice and Judgment are in your favor. And it's Judgment coming down on some energies that really, it's a business situation and also a love situation, right? So you could have been in business with some kind of organization. So you could have been a part of an organization, whether it's a job, a church, mosque, temple, whatever it was, some kind of injustice you did to yourself. And some energies spread all kinds of wildfire about you, right? And so those energies are watching you like a hawk because they now know there's something. Some people now, like where they didn't believe that you had gifts before, they thought, okay, we can keep them distracted. Like I said, but you were able to, Source got you away from something. You're not going back to that because, again, that would, let me see. The way that would do an injustice to you is because now that you got footing, like you've learned how to balance things out. And this, for some of you all, really tapping into your gifts is so new. For some of you all, it's so new that it'll throw you into further confusion. So take your time and really learn your gifts. Really learn your gifts. And so Source is putting you with some energy so that when you feel like you're uncovered and you're like, okay, see how this person has these water containers right here, right? When you feel like you're in spaces where you feel like, think of it this way, all of this fire to your soil, right? You've learned how to water the seeds that you planted in your soil, right? I got to give somebody a visual picture. And there's this drought, right? A drought, right? Because I feel like somebody could be feeling like you either went through a Job situation or you're going through a Job situation. Somebody wants to put you back. Some energies want to put you back in a situation, right? Imagine you have this crop, right? And you're trying to grow discernment and wisdom and knowledge and your money and your love life and all of these things, right? And you pray for clarity first and foremost, because everything is not going to feel like a blowtorch in your back, right? Sometimes it does, but sometimes it could just look like pure exhaustion. Like, okay, I don't know why I'm so tired. It could look like that sometimes, right? And then you get clarity of exactly what it is. And the energy is trying to pull you back in some way, shape, form, or fashion, because I feel like there's some energies that want to reach out to you. They want to call you. They want to talk to you. They want to offer you some kind of, they may even come back and say, I apologize. I had no idea. I got a lot of stuff. It's not sincere, just so we're clear. It's not. People just are, like I said, have been watching you. These are the same two cards right here. These are the same cards. King of Wands, King of Wands. And they're watching you, right? So imagine just now kind of getting your footing and learning how to where to get fresh water from, like what to tap into when when it's dry, like when your seeds are dry, right? What to tap into. You're just finding out like your moon sign, like in just the power of your moon sign that has an affinity with water. The super new you, the solar eclipse happens when the sun, moon, and earth are aligned, right? Your earth is your physical body. The sun is like your sun sign / star sign. Your moon sign it connects you to your water, like, the need for your spirit to be fed, all those things. So imagine you as an earth sign that needs to be connected to things that you feel like people have your best interest at heart, but experiencing being in spaces like you relocated somewhere and people, you don't really know anybody, that kind of thing, and just people are just all out for themselves. You don't really have a chance to even people to add insult to injury. They're not giving you an opportunity to think for yourself or process your thoughts without them hammering you every 5 minutes. So it's just saying, now that you've gotten your footing, now that return back to center and really realize how to nurture, how to protect yourselves, and you need time to process your thoughts, energies will try to pull you back into things, right? That's why Mercury is so important. Mercury, the planet Mercury, the magician, because people are trying to like I said, extinguish your power. This is usually connected to power, right? Messages coming in. What kind of messages are you sending out, right? So, yeah. Here we have the Fool card. Like I said, you've already left the circus, right? And so when Source puts you in contact with energies that are helping you to close out cycles and really learn how to inspire and motivate yourself, it's not that you should be afraid to go back into anything, because I see you have a lot of protection around you. It's more or less, who can you align with that keeps you focused on home? Like, who can you align with? Here we have the Ace of Cups here. Yeah, so I'm seeing your wishes being fulfilled. You got so much overflow and blessing. It's like every tear that you cried when you were burned out and stressed out and confused, Source is about to replace that with overflow of happy tears coming across your path. Because now somebody is really tapping into your intuition, like really learning how to tap into your water. Please pull your birth chart, find out specific. Your moon sign is just as important as your sun sign. I've been saying that for years. Even when I first got to YouTube, I've been reading cards for many years, but I tell people all the time, sometimes when people tell you what this sign is, they could be telling you their moon sign. They're basically telling you how I need to be nurtured, right? So find out what your moon sign is to help you to, so that you know how to feed your spirit. Here we also have the Justice card again, right? So that, again, you're not doing injustice to yourself in your personal or your professional life at all. Your personal or your professional life at all. So let's see what else we got going on here. 9 of Swords. Yeah, so I feel like, you're awakened from a nightmare. And again, here you are, the 6 of Swords again. So 2 situations in particular were just a nightmare. And they were telling everybody that you're a nightmare, that kind of thing. And again, you should leave bridges burned. If you felt like they were a nightmare, 9 times out of 10, they felt the same way about you. So Source is saying, the difference is that you may have taken the high road, which is why you're actually being rewarded, and they may have taken a low road. So just leave the bridges burned. What I say, get as far away from them as possible. This is a night. This is you saying, okay, I need to stay focused, because for them, it's just a game. It's just a game for some people. You're trying to go through a rite of passage, and they're trying to get something, like they've been telling people you have a temper and all of this other stuff. So you're going to have to really tap into, especially if you feel like, okay, I really need to, I'm not operating in fear, I'm operating by faith. And you are definitely protected. You're definitely protected. But again, learn how to leave bridges burned and move forward. 3 of Wands right here. So I see you taking a leap of faith, moving forward. I just don't see somebody going backwards at all. I see you sitting on your throne, carefully vetting your thoughts. You're not operating in fear. That's what people would like to tell people. At the first sign of trouble, Capricorn just runs away. They just hop on their horse and they just dash off and run away from stuff. No, you just know that you're not going to sabotage yourself. Here we have everything is fine. Yep, everything is fine. You're just working your way through how to use your gifts. Here we have the 5 of Cups. Make sure you put a manhole cover over the past, because again, you and your person are like soulmate could be you and a sibling. It's not always a romantic situation, right? You could be going into business with a sibling for that matter, right? But soulmate energy and like just some kind of partnership in business and or in love. Whether it develops into something that's romantic or it's just a family situation of obviously, platonic, whatever the situation is, you all have walked the same journey. You may not have just thought to talk about it, but when people start opening up and sharing with you, like I've gone through that journey, I can already see, that you're divine. You got a lot of ancestors around you, you increase your prayer life. You learn your gift, you sharpen your gifts different than somebody else may sharpen their gifts. That's what they're teaching you. I remember doing a reading for you all when I said somebody who people may have thought was very dark and very negative. you're not going to see it that way anymore. You're just seeing it through their lens, which may have seemed negative to you before, but they're teaching you how to be independent so that you cannot be bought. They're teaching you how to be independent so that you can't be bought. All right, let's see what else we got going on here. This is good, Capricorn, because like I said, your gifts are being developed. A lot of time people think it's going to be like some like snatching a plug out of the wall and just traumatic. But Source knows exactly who to send across your path to help you to sharpen your gifts and your intuition. So you don't think that you're weird, strange, spooky, or why you having these dreams and nightmares. So somebody could feel like before, I don't remember my dreams. I don't remember my nightmares. Like, cause you like just you're your own blockage. You're your own blockage. So I feel like somebody may have tried to put some kind of dark magic or something on you. That I can tell you right now that don't work. Them trying to use that on you. All is doing. Like I said, here we have the Eight of Swords. Somebody was definitely trying to drive you crazy. They were trying to drive you. It was two energies in particular trying to make you feel like you were going crazy, and it, like I said, it's not working. And so, like I said, you got loved ones who are now helping you with your gifts. They're helping you with your gifts. They're telling you about their dreams, their downloads. It could just sound like just regular conversation. They're telling you about their dreams, their downloads, or they could be saying to you, hey, look, when you're resting your mind, which is one of the most overlooked rituals, get your journal out. Nine of Swords, and see and go back through your mind of how many nightmares you've gone through. But you've already moved on from some disappointment. So, like I said, it's two situations in particular that Source is saying this God has been giving you every sign under the sun, but somebody been trying to tap into. I feel like somebody was like trying to like toxic masculine energy, right? I'm talking to men and women. Some people just feel like they have to be around, like you got to build up this armor around certain people. Like you got to show everybody you know, Miss Tough Woman or Mr. Tough Guy, that kind of stuff. You don't have to do that. Information will come to you. As a divine feminine sign, so you don't have to be like you just gotta know that no more doing any injustices to yourselves. No more doing injustices to yourselves at all. Judgment is definitely coming down on some energies that try to hurt you in some way, shape, form, or fashion. Here we have the Queen of Pentacles, right? So people hold you in high regard, and and then the Ace of Pentacles right here. What was the motive? The motive has always been money. The motive has always been to ruin your legacy. That's always been the motive. But Source is not going to let that happen. So let's see what else we got going on here. Let's see what else we got going on here. Yeah, Source is not going to let that happen because you something had to kind of encourage you to start tapping into your gifts and not thinking that it's something that's strange, weird, spooky, or crazy. Like, oh, I don't believe in that kind of stuff. So it's had to get somebody out of that mindset, because these gifts are passed down. You're not the first person in your family to have these gifts. So these were definitely inherited gifts. But you're now learning the burden of these inherited gifts. And learning how to release those burdens and just go with your that inner voice, right? Here we have Three of Coins. Everything is lining up perfectly for you. And so we have the Daughter of Coins, Son of Coins. Yeah, this is definitely inherited gifts. Father of Basket. So Source had to teach somebody how to not have a temper, not let something get your water boiling hot. Source had to teach you how to get away from situations. It's better for you to get away from situations alive and unscathed than it is for your family to get a phone call and say you were in the hospital because of a scuffle or somebody took something the wrong way, and just because they heard all this negative mess about you. Source is saying it's best for you to, get away, and just, if that means a few seconds of you, just saying, I got to stand down, okay, whatever, and I'm getting away from certain things. But yeah, see this picture right here? It's some energies that's part of an organization. They feel like they're going by the book, right? In their mind, they're going by the book. Like, so that would be like a person that's saying to you, oh, you know, that person is violent, they're dangerous. You know, you got to make sure you have something on them. If you come in contact with them, they connected to some stuff, right? That kind of stuff. I mean, just keeping up a bunch of mess. That's why Source is saying you're not going back into any situations. We also have two of sticks. This person is moving forward. They're not going back. Got it. Nine. So if somebody want their answer, that was the answer right there. 9 of Knives. Complete and total nightmare. Ace of Knives. Yep. Yeah. Some people are. They into. You don't know how sick people are, but like I said, you got a lot of ancestors around you helping you through your helping you to move forward. And let's see what else we got going on. Let's see what else we have going on. But yeah, your person coming into your life, it's going to be a totally different type of situation. Your new group of energies coming across your path. Like I said, they're not looking at you. They're not going by any lies and rumors and stuff about you. You're operating in childlike faith. So are they moving forward? They're really encouraging you to pour into yourself. Because with inherited gifts, it can feel like you're going through this constant metamorphosis, because Source is going to give you what Source knows that you can handle in terms of your gifts. So let's say, for instance, you've been having a whole lot of nightmares about things. It's like, okay, I'm tired of this. That can cause a person to just like think that they're going crazy. And you're not. But luck is on your side. Yep. Luck is on your side. Like I said, you got a lot of ancestors around you protecting you, keeping you away from some things. But in addition to that, you got people who I feel like somebody just needed a safe space to learn how to sharpen your gifts. When I look at your reading, you just needed a safe space to learn how to settle down in that in-between time before you went back out into the world to learn how to sharpen your gifts, and so that you don't second guess yourself anymore. Truth. Right? Truth. Yep. So there's some people who now know Capricorn is the truth. I don't know where they got those gifts from. I don't know who they've been talking to, but they feel them gifts. They like, okay, Capricorn, something. I don't know who Capricorn. I don't know what kind of training Capricorn has been in, but if somebody they know that your gifts are for real. They know that your gifts are the truth. And so there's some energies that, like, at first they didn't really see you as, you know how you hear people online say, and I'm sure you all have heard this just in your personal lives, it's like, as long as you levels below people, they don't see you as a threat. But the moment you get to that throne, because that was the fight was about, do not let Capricorn get to that throne and recognize just how powerful their gifts are. But now you're on that throne and you see how powerful your gifts are. Here we have 24. I am fertile in what I seed, for there is a reason to dance and drink upon the riches I receive. It's something like somebody was trying to stunt your spiritual growth, but too late. Too late. Too late. All you had to do was rest. All you had to do was rest. And so when I tell you that people are watching everything, they watching to see where your support system is. You know, like, for instance, I could be filming in another room and somebody would be like, oh, you on vacation? I'm glad you're getting some rest. I could be in another room in my house. I'm glad because people watch people like that. Like, pay attention to all of that. Like, I could be in another room, or if I'm doing videos, somebody could think I'm projecting my own personal life onto the cards. I'm not. A lot of people send me messages and say, you know, side messages that's not even a part of the reading. Can you talk about this? Can you talk about that? And so on and so forth. Sure, yeah. I'm going to tell you what I see in the cards. So people watch every little thing. If they feel like they know who your support system is because they don't have direct access to you, they're looking at every little thing. I know people cross-watch Capricorn videos to see exactly how, and people put comments like somebody put, oh, the very insensitive comment about Capricorn. I'm like, my team just released it. They deleted that. Like, we're trying to help people to sharpen their gifts, you know, on my channel, so that you don't feel like you're out there and you're under some kind of attack and you feel like you're the only person that's under some kind of a spiritual attack, because people are into some dark mess. So I don't care if somebody sees the background and think, okay, are you on vacation? Are you this and that? Who are you? Why would I tell somebody that? Like, what? Yeah, like I said, everything is not for social media consumption. Here we have non duality. So let your authentic humanity shine forth while also bowing to the inner divine. You can become fluent at doing both. And that's what I'm trying to tell you. So anybody who wants to put in sensitive comments under, Capricorn or any other sign, whatever, you just can count it as like the energy just wasted their time. You didn't even have to type that. You just wasted your time. It just comes across as very insensitive to people who are trying to sharpen their gifts. But you got some people out here that's like, they like, okay, I'm going by the book because they are so, and they're like, I'm gonna protect my peace. They talking about this kind of peace, and they talking about this kind of book. They like, I'm gonna protect my peace. I believe in such and such another. Eye for an eye, a tooth for a tooth. Some people are really like that. Vengeance is theirs. That's why these two signs right here, like I said, when you talking about some people who are vain and vengeful, they will justify anything to drag somebody back into some situations that'll catch you off guard. Like now you like, well, what happened? I never said that. That kind of stuff. People do it to people online all the time. Presenting receipts. I got screenshots. I got avoid their voice. Madness. Oh, and by the way, we do not solicit. I gotta say this. We do not solicit. There's a lot of fake pages out there, but we don't. Y'all know, if you've been tuned into my channel for a while, we don't solicit readings and that kind of stuff. And so if anybody sends you a DM, I don't do DMs. If somebody sends you DMs about, on social media, it's like, because they send them to me too. They don't really bother me. Just like, I just report the page and keep it moving, right? But I don't want you all to have a lot of anxiety about people sending you all messages. So just protect your energy. We don't do that. We don't solicit donations. If you want to donate because you want to, not because you feel pressure to. I don't beg people to do readings for them. There's a lot of readers out here. Go with your favorite reader. Pull your own cards if you want to. But if you feel like you want to get a personal reading with me, my information is down below in the description. So, so just make sure you are aware everything doesn't need to be on social media, and that people do cross-watch people's videos to see, what they can, how they should move in situations. But your high priestess gifts or high priest gifts are being developed, and they're coming through stronger and stronger and stronger. And what a great time that the Mercury is retrograde. That's a great time to develop your communication gifts. I'm serious, because you don't have to. It's not going at like an everyday pace. It doesn't, the planet doesn't slow down, but you get a chance to slow yourself down to catch the messages, if that makes any sense. Yeah. You got some wicked energies out here. 77. I am brave. That's right. You're not operating in fear. It is time to move on from the old patterns, habits, and fears. Now is the time to walk in the direction of your biggest desires and ambitions. Now is the time to be bold and brave. There was an old movie, Capricorn, because this is the feel that I'm getting from this. What's her name? Oh my gosh, it's a older movie. Give me 1 second, because I'm gonna find this movie for y'all, because I want to share this with you all. So there's this. Let me pull up this card again. There's this movie, and I had to look up the movie because I'm like, what? I couldn't remember the main actress. I was like, wait a minute. So there's this movie called Salem Witch Trials with Kirstie Alley. I remember because I could see her face, and I just could not remember her name. And so I had to go all the way back to the show that she used to play on years ago, Cheers, right? But anyway, there's this movie called the Salem Witch Trials, right? And this is how serious some people are about stopping your gifts. It's generationally that people really believe in stopping your gifts. So when I say that some people are like, okay, these people are disrupting my peace, whether they feel like it's their piece of the pie, their piece of the money, their piece of whatever, and they're using it like, okay, I gotta, set of rules that is demonic and that's evil. That's what scares some people into, like, that particular movie. It was just like even being guilty by association. Like, it can start as something as simple like, okay, so in that movie, her daughter like, you know, her daughter was rejected by this boy, like a teenage, like I think she's a preteen daughter, or I don't know, she teenager or preteen or whatever, rejected by this boy that she liked. And so you have to see the movie to see what I'm talking about. But she was rejected by this boy that she liked. So she started basically just kind of sort of just that rejection kind of sent her on this, you know, looking at, you know, peeking in on, listening to people's conversations or whatever the case may be. Allie Bill's, I mean, excuse me, Allie Bill, to say Kirstie Alley's character in the movie had gone through some really traumatic situations. If you saw the movie, you know what I'm talking about. She's gone through this pretty traumatic situation where she wasn't getting answers from the church. Like she couldn't get answers from the community. So she went to go see this person who people deemed as a witch. The lady was like, I'm not a witch, but I can tell you why X, Y, and Z was happening, and so on and so on and so forth. That's how serious some people are about how they hate you tapping into your own gifts. And that's what I'm trying to help somebody with, is like learning how to protect your gifts. Right. And so while life is lifing, you never know if once you tap into your gifts. So somebody had an opportunity to get away from something so that you can quiet your mind and start thinking. And those energies are watching every little thing that you do, trying to see who you're associated with, who you're aligned with. And just so happened in the movie that Kirstie Alley's character, her daughter happened to see her mother go see this person who was deemed as a witch. Right. And so she couldn't even concentrate because she had heard so much horrible stuff about this person who has like been like kicked out of the community and all of this other stuff, and all this negative stuff was said about her. And Kirstie Alley's character was really grieving some stuff. And she was like, I'm not getting answers from anybody. Like nobody's telling me. I'm going to this person, I'm not getting answers. I'm not going to this person, they're not giving me answers. And they're supposed to have all this information, but nobody's giving me anything. I'm even more confused. So she went to go get some clarity from this particular thing. So anyway, that's what Source is trying to teach you, is about non-duality. Let your authentic humanity shine forth. Right. So this is where you're sharpening yourself to become a better human being. And like I mentioned before, some people learn it and they go straight to the dark side and they prey on people's perceived weaknesses. And some people learn it and they stay on the light side of things. I would strongly suggest when you learn whatever is being revealed to you, you stay on the light side. So, yeah. So you're definitely starting to pay attention to some things, because some people are doing things all in the name of, and see, once a person is comfortable in their gifts, they can move in a room filled with snakes. But people start to recognize this light in them is throwing us off. Like, what is it about that person? But the person, you got to watch people who know how to move in those settings. As your gifts are increasing, they're teaching you how to increase your gifts. But this is generational. Ask some of your family members, like when you pick up on stuff, how their light irritates other people's demons. So you want to stay on Source's channel. Somebody has very strong channeling gifts. You want to stay on Source's channel. Source will tell you how to move. And so as far as your loved ones are concerned, they're going to give you enough comfortable distance for you to really sharpen your gifts, because it can be frustrating when you feel like, okay, why am I not getting this stuff? That's why I talk about journaling so much. Not for you all to buy my journals and that kind of stuff. Together, they're only $5, right? Or just $5 or whatever. I'm not pocket watching anybody, but I really want you all to really learn it. I really want you all to learn, and just how people will they stand firm on, we don't believe in that kind of stuff. We don't need these kind of people around here, and they getting bolder with it, talking about tarot community and other spiritual teachings and that kind of stuff. So protect your energy, clearing. So as true offering arises, it becomes easier to let go. You start to trust that more will always arise. You shift from mine to God's, such freedom. Yeah, we're going to pull a few more cards and we're going to go ahead and close this out. Again, thank you to those of you all who send me text messages of the type of things you want me to cover, in the readings. And so, like I said before, Yeah, that's how people demonize your gifts. They don't want you to know that you can tap in from the inside and talk directly to source. They want to be that, like, that lifeline between you and them, basically making them your God. And there's a real pull to pull you away from anything that nurtures you. So if you have a healthy relationship with your mom, whether you're a man or woman, or a healthy relationship with your dad, they'll say you're mama's boy or daddy's girl. You can't think on your own, because the real pull is to pull you into a state of confusion. If you have, friendship circle that people pour into you, okay, let's see. The whole goal is to isolate you. That's it. Whole goal. Your ancestors are very proud of you. So yeah, your gifts are gifting. They're planning to disrupt your money, backfired. Somebody apologizes for betraying you. I don't know who that he is, but somebody apologizes for betraying you. The answers you seek are coming soon. You have the gift of deja vu, remembering the future, right? One of your gifts, the gift of clairaudience, clear listening. So yeah, your gifts are definitely increasing. New love awaits. Somebody, it's a man and a woman. They apologize for betraying you. Yeah, they apologize for betraying you. But close out the cycle in love. Your peace is paramount. It could be two women. It could be two men. It could be a divine masculine sign and a divine feminine sign. So it could be like he, she, meaning like it could be a man that's the divine masculine sign, or a woman that's a divine a feminine sign. It could be a man and a woman, but they could be like so divine masculine signs. When I say default, because I don't want to get into extending this video anymore, divine masculine signs would be fire and air signs. Divine feminine signs could be, like earth and water signs. That's the default, but we all embody both divine masculine to divine feminine. So the bottom line for you is that, you're moving forward bravely. The energies that could be apologizing could also be your family for not telling you this stuff. But again, imagine sitting a kid down, cramming all that information into them. Like, okay, where am I going to use this? Sometimes you don't know that you need to use it until your situation. You didn't know that you needed math until you start buying stuff from the store. You didn't know that you needed, chemistry until whatever. You didn't know that you need, the physics class, until certain things happen. Sometimes you don't know until you know you need it. But Source needs to put people in spaces to show you that you were kind of like, in dangerous territory. You were in wilderness situation. And like I said, it's always, when you're talking about war, it's never about opposing sides. It's always about money. Like if you were in the military, that, it's like, okay, what am I fighting the enemy again for? It's always about money. Always. Not even sometimes. Always about money. You were the sacrifice. So if we can get Capricorn to not think for themselves and not tap into their gifts, then we can use Capricorn. We know Capricorn is the hardest working sign. Like some of the people that you work with are on the dark side of things, but sometimes you don't know that because you're thinking, okay, well, they wouldn't do that. Your gifts have just been increased. That is what I have for you. Hopefully this has been helpful to somebody. Like I said, keep your comments coming. You're inspiring and motivating other people. Thank you for that. Also, keep your personal messages coming. I don't mind doing, bonus readings for you all, and I don't mind covering particular topics if that's what you want me to do. But that's what this is. That's what really is. It's like, you don't have to overthink burnout. You just have to learn how that when people cut themselves out of your universe, let them go. Release them in love. Go heal. You just heal. You're not no vengeance, no none of that. Just go heal, right? So that's what I have for you. I will see you all. I feel like to some degree that maybe sometimes our family members don't tell you about the gifts because they're trying to protect you. They're like, okay, God, I just want to go pray. It's just so much evil out here in the world. Let me just pray over my loved ones. And that works too. Somebody had a praying grandmother. No, really. Like somebody had, praying family members, and they're going to continue praying for you until you feel strong enough to pray for yourself and ask for clarity and open roads so that wherever you travel, you'll safe landing wherever land, wherever your feet land. So that's what I have for you. And I will see you all in the next reading. So yes, let's get ready for the super new you. The person that is really tapped into their gifts and learning how to sharpen your gifts and leave energies outside of you know, energies that cut themselves out or energies that burn themselves. So it's just saying, yeah, there's somebody right now, you know, that's trying to, you know, trying to read a crystal ball. They actually going to go see somebody to see if they can see what your future is, because they want to come back into your life. But again, it doesn't matter. They can try to see whatever they want to see. That has been shut off. That's what I have for you, and I'll see you in the next reading. Bye.